Call meeting to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Bamber.
Here.
McCoy.
Here.
Hawkinsmith.
Here.
Brownell.
Here.
Conley.
Here.
Supervisor Conley is participating electronically as previously done here many times. Angela, you can hear us?
I can.
We can hear you. Okay, there is one item on the agenda today, and that is the resolution approving creation of Polk County Behavioral Health and Disability Services Department essential positions. John, you want to summarize that for us?
Sure. I don't know if we need to get, does Rock need to read Angela in with the official?
We've done that.
What's that?
We've done that.
Okay, all right, thanks. Make sure. You guys are more familiar with that process than I am. So what we're doing here today is, 2 weeks ago, I believe, 2.5 weeks ago, you voted to not end the contract with Polk County Health Services to administer the mandated mental health programs that we provide to Polk County residents, and that this today is to bring those services into Polk County umbrella by establishing a behavioral health and disability services department within Polk County government. And then the second measure is to create the positions to staff that department. And then the Memorandum of Appointments appoint the staff who will be coming over from Polk County Health Services to Polk County government to work directly with our providers and residents to make sure those services are continued as they have done for the past, I won't date you all, but decades as an entity, Polk County Health Services.
And Polk County Health Services will live on. Not that we have any control over that, but Polk County Health Services does continue to exist and has a role.
Polk County Health Services continues to own the 76 or 77 homes. They've indicated to us their intentions to continue to provide those homes and manage those homes, and do other projects they want to take on to contribute to the mental health services in Polk County. There are 5 staff that Polk County Health Services was the fiscal agent for the decategorization programs. This isn't part of our action today, but it will be probably in the next few weeks. Those staff will move over to Children and Family Youth Services, and so they, CFYS will administer the fiscal agent for those decategorization programs and bring those 5 staff over on a county to the county through CFYS.
Right.
Now, that's not today's action, but that's the big picture of the transaction that's occurring.
I understand. Questions, comments, observations from the board?
I have a question, I guess from just from the perspective of what we're doing today. So with the creation of this new department within Polk County, we're going to, in essence, still maintain a CEO, or at least an interim CEO, and is that gonna be something we see continuing on past an interim period?
Yeah, we established an interim CEO, that yes, that will continue on.
And then we, as the Board of Supervisors, as I understand, we will be the entity for the regional health system, but we would still maintain, as I understand it, based on reading this, we would still maintain the regional advisory board, the adult advisory committee, and the child advisory committee.
Yeah. As of that's not in today's resolution, right, Rob?
It's not in today's resolution, but that's correct. Those will be retained.
Okay, and will they be voting or non-voting members of the?
So it's not, that's not any action you're taking today.
I know that.
But the intention is that since this is a one county region, that the supervisors will be the votes to manage,
Okay.
approve this region. I will say, we've learned yesterday that there is some pending legislation that may require Polk County to have the region include 3 voting members, such as the previous regional governing board. That hasn't passed yet, but I know, just for your information, it's pending legislation.
Okay.
Which will probably affect what you plan on the success of what you do. They're either taking control away from you and appointing a larger board, or enabling supervisors of Polk County still be the governing body for mental services in this region.
So with respect to the region administration or the regional administrator of this, will there be, I mean, are we the regional administrator?
Yes.
Yes.
The county is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and depending on how, whatever is pending, I'm just learning about, that might clarify some of my questions, because I'm kind of confused on that.
Well, and that'll be, if I can, we just got this legislation draft last night, so I'll have it for you
Okay.
as we get done here. But will be to the extent they don't change the statute, it's up to the 5 of you to
Okay.
decide that you will be the governing region, and that you can have advisory members to you as the governing body of that region, or if they change the legislation as what I saw drafted, it would require you to be your 5 voting members, but also expand that to 3 more advisory members. So they wouldn't be advisory members, but they would be voting members of the region.
Okay. And then with respect to, are we waiting, is there an approval process that is pending from the department for what we're proposing? I know we've sent, I'm getting confused here, but I know we've
Don't worry, it's
sent,
confusing.
I know we've got the policies and procedures manual, which kind of lays out how department plan.
So the code defines the management plan as 3 documents.
Okay,
The annual service and budget plan,
okay,
policies and procedure manual,
yep,
and an annual report.
okay,
The annual report is not due yet.
okay,
So in my opinion, we have submitted 2 of the 3 documents. Well, factually, we have submitted 2 of the 3 documents. They have not been rejected.
okay,
We have also submitted what they commonly refer to as the performance-based contract that the region is entering into with the Department of Human Services. The department was comfortable with simply amending that document to change the party from Polk County Health Services to Polk County, Iowa.
Okay.
So that was a signal to me that the fact that they didn't want to draft a completely new contract, changing the parties, and they were comfortable with just doing an amendment, was enough information for me to believe that they have accepted the direction that we have chosen to pursue. So I think to answer your question, I don't believe we need to submit anything else to the state before we can continue to move forward.
Okay. All right. I think that summarizes my question on the DHS approval. The next question I have is related to the employees that we're bringing over as Polk County employees. Did we bring them over at their current salaries?
Correct.
Okay, and what about benefits? I know they had they weren't IPers, so they had a 401k structure. What did we do there?
I don't know if Jeff wants to fill it in, but yeah, we tried to move them over as equal as we could, moving them over. They still had they were on the Polk County Health, Dental, and Vision plan before, so they remain on that.
Okay.
They'll now be IPers eligible. And
Yeah, the goal was to bring them over without any, loss of accruals.
Penalty
benefits.
or-
Exactly. So we did bring them over. We aligned them as close as we could for pay with our current system. You will see in the MOA that there are a few of them that are red circled until the beginning of the fiscal year. When we do the, that's when we have the 5% increase. So they'll get. So with how the pay grades aligned, the pay grades will catch them, and they will get an increase. Those that are that are red circled. So, but the accruals and the benefits we're aligning as best we can. As John mentioned, health, dental, and vision they already received on our plans. We're still working on long-term, short-term disability and life insurance. We think we got that taken care of with Lola. But making sure that they at least have options to have at least as rich of benefits as they had at Polk County Health Services over here.
So the only question I have on then for the vacation pay and accruals, those will all transfer over.
Yeah, Polk County Health Services policies seem to align pretty closely, track pretty closely with how Polk County does it as far as vacations, sick leave, and those types of things. So, yeah.
Okay, and then on 401k, their match will be changed to reflect what our other match is.
They will align with either the employee manual or the contract that they're under. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
so the red line is really the only exception, and that's just for that. Those go away July 1.
Yep. The pay grades will catch July 1. Yep.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Other observations, questions, comments?
I just say, as a result of John's comments and the legislation that came out late last night, I think maybe we talk about our position as a board. To me, this is a lot cleaner of a process. As far as, delivery of services and elected officials being held accountable for the delivery of services for mental health services in Polk County. Getting rid of a layer of bureaucracy, I think is going to be much better for the clients that we serve. Having said that, I'm not sure how it would work adding, when we're already going to have advisory committees that can make recommendations to this board, why we would need to have an additional 3 voting members when it comes to matters of delivering services. I know that's a decision that they'll make up there. But to me, it just hampers us being able to do our jobs. We are held accountable, by the way, every 4 years in November. We're held accountable for delivery of services in this county for everything that we do, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. So I don't know what that would be about, but I think if we're going to talk to our lobby team, we should at least talk about how that plays out long term up there. So that's for another day. Today, maybe later.
Steve?
Tom, this is Angela. I'm not sure what the point is on all of that. They knew that the law was not right when they wrote it, and they had to go back and are going to try to fix it for what reason. Polk was held out, just because we were our own reason. And Ralph is absolutely right on the code. We're able to do this. This is kind of a historic day for us, having a behavioral health and disability service department under Polk government, which is how it should be. We're not changing our service delivery, and it will be better. It will be streamlined, as you said, more accountable. We are held accountable, and we will do what we need to do to the best of our ability. Continue to do the services that we do. We have a great team in place, and I'm anxious to get this started. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the state proposes, but I know the discussions that I've had with DHS, they know that what our plan is all along. I don't know if it's 11th hour why they seem to think that they've got to make some changes. So we'll just see and we'll deal with whatever's bring us. But today, we are going to have a behavioral health and disability department under Polk County government.
Thank you, Angela. Steve, anything?
I don't have any comments. We've asked some good questions, so I feel comfortable with this.
With respect to the additional 3 members that John mentioned that's pending legislation, I don't think I think I just speak for myself here, but I think others too. No one had a problem with those members, the service that they provided for us, because I think we all considered them valuable and they had lived experience and it contributed a lot. So I don't think anyone has a problem with that, really. At least I don't. I communicated that to some of my Republican colleagues up on the Hill, and they said, "Well, why don't you just do it?" And I said, "Well, that's not the code, not what the code says." So they had to change the code in order to make this work like they wanted it to, and like every other region does. So I mean, you can have different views on it if you want, but I think that's just going to happen, and I don't really have any problem with bringing 3 members back on and being part of the board, because I think this does represent a more streamlined and a more accountable version of what we've been doing already. Not to say that Polk County Health Services wasn't doing a good job; they're doing a great job. Wasn't really why they were created in the first place, but they evolved into something that provided services very well. So we thank them for their services and honor them for everything they've done. And speaking again for myself, but I think others, that our relationship with Polk County Health Services will continue on in a very positive and constructive way, and anything we can do to help them, achieve their goals, and especially with respect to workforce development and the houses and the group homes, then I think we'll obviously want to do that, and just let us know what we need to do. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to.
Mr. Chairman, just briefly, I hear you. Here's what I need, and this probably isn't for today. We'll see what Angela's right. See what the state has in store. Just from a formal standpoint, if we're going to have a department that serves under the Board of Supervisors, as you know, every Tuesday when we meet as a board, we have multiple resolutions. Some may be from some public works, some may be from general services, some may be from other departments, elected officials' offices. So what do? Do we ask the three non-members of our board to come in occasionally when we have something on from that department and then bring them up and sit down and vote with us? Or do we have another layer of bureaucracy and another separate meeting with the 3 different people? From a formal standpoint, it makes absolutely no sense to me. But having said that, we'll just have to see what happens.
So the reason they're trying to pass this legislation is to make an ambiguous law less ambiguous, but I think you're implying that they're making it more ambiguous. Yeah. First time that's ever happened.
It's a little confusing, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All right, been moved and seconded. Further discussion? Seeing none, will clerk please call the roll?
Van Ord,
Yes.
McCoy,
No.
Hawkinsmith,
Yes.
Conley,
Yes.
Brownell.
Yes. All right, and that leads us to the MOA for item 3, Memorandum of Appointments.
I'll move the appointments.
Second.
Seconded. Further discussion? Seeing none, clerk please call the roll?
Van Ord,
Yes.
McCoy,
No.
Hawkinsmith,
Yes.
Conley,
Yes.
Brownell.
Yes. All right, that concludes our business for today. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call?
Van Ord,
Yes.
McCoy,
Yes.
Hawkinsmith.
Yes.
Brownell,
Yes.
Conley.
Yes.
We're adjourned.
Perfect.